Well, after nearly 18 years of negotiations, India and the European Union have finally sealed what the Commerce Minister is calling the mother of all trade deals. In terms of what India wants, we are looking at zero duty access for textiles, for leather, for handlooms and processed foods. Let me just break this down for you. At the heart of India's ask is something very simple: jobs, exports and competitiveness. India wants zero duty access to the EU for sectors that employ millions. As I mentioned, textiles, leather, handlooms and processed foods. These are labor-intensive industries where even a 10% tariff can decide whether an order comes to India or goes to Bangladesh or Vietnam. So right now, Indian garments and footwear entering Europe face duties of up to 10%, despite India being one of the world's most competitive producers. This deal aims to level the field. So in terms of what is likely to change, Indian exporters get cheaper entry into a 27-nation market, accounting for 17% of India's exports. For clusters in, let's say, Surat, in Kanpur, even Moradabad or Tirupur, this is not just abstract trade theory. This is about orders, wages, and then obviously survival. With the US tariffs touching 50% in some sectors, India is hedging smartly, diversifying markets, reducing dependence on China, and locking in Europe. So this is trade policy with a domestic jobs lens. Now let's flip the lens to Europe's demands, and this is where the deal gets politically sensitive. The EU wants market access for automobiles, very significant, wines and spirits, and also high-tech manufacturing. Basically, the EU wants greater access to the Indian market, especially for automobiles, wines and spirits, and high-end manufacturing. Why exactly? Because India's tariffs here are steep. 35.5% on cars, nearly 150% on wines when state levies are added. And under this agreement, India has agreed to gradual tariff reductions, so not overnight openings. European car makers and luxury brands get a clearer runway, but with a phase. It's going to be phased out, safeguards and localization pressures intact. So for India, our calculation is strategic. Lower duties will bring tech transfer, cleaner manufacturing, even better safety standards and investment without fully exposing domestic industries all at once. So while this is about signaling, India is also telling global investors that we are open, but on negotiated terms. This deal covers 24 chapters, including services, investment, telecom, and accounting, areas where India's IT sector and professional services already dominate. So this is a trade-off that is being carefully structured. In terms of the sensitive issues of this deal, agricultural sensitivities prevail, as was the same situation when we were hashing out all the fine print with the US authorities as well. The dairy sector is a major contention, and beef, sugar, and rice. These are EU protective. So these remain the sensitive issues as far as the EU-India trade deal is concerned, which is being hailed as the mother of all deals.